Because he is now a highly regarded person at the Kenyan level, at the African level. You've seen at a Pan-African level, he's been all over. He's given advice to DRC. He's been given a role at the AU. In my view, what he needs to do in 2022 is to groom somebody to take over. He should look at the opposition. He should look even at Jubilee, identify a leader who can take Kenya to the next level and give him unlimited support. For one reason, there is a very good number of Kenyans that love Raila Odinga, that adores Raila Odinga. There's another good number of Kenyans that fears Raila Odinga. He should look at the opportunity of identifying and supporting a presidential candidate who will be able to take Kenya to the next level. Because Kenya is in a place where we are at the point of takeoff. We don't want to have somebody who takes over as the president and then he makes 50% of the nation nervous. That one may not be able to take us to the next level. So, in my view, what he needs to do is look at the political space among his colleagues, among his contemporaries, and support one of his friends to become president of Kenya. Well, you know, any Kenyan is qualified to become president of the Republic of Kenya. But what you're supposed to do is look at their track record. What have they done in the past to convince you that in fact they can become president of Kenya? Do they have a success record, a development success record? If you go to Mombasa and you're talking about Governor Ali Hassan Joho, what has he done so far that convinces you that if you give him the position of the president of the Republic of Kenya, he will take Kenya to the next level? So what we may want to establish from Governor Joho and Governor Oparanya, and indeed anybody who wants to run for president of Kenya, is a track record of success. But you know, we cannot make the comparison based on the political speeches and political rhetoric that are the statements the governors make every single day. We need to have an independent review of what he has done at the constituency level, or rather at the county level. That has he gone the extra mile? How has he used the resources given from the national government? Are there cases of corruption within these counties? How have they managed the MCAs? What projects have they brought on board? Have they attracted any international investor? Like a good parameter for governors, we need to ask ourselves this: outside the money that they get from the national government, the collections they get from their village markets, the local revenues, how have they managed it? Governor Oparanya should tell us that when I took over, we used to collect, say, 1 million. Because I've come up with bulletproof systems, now we are collecting 1 billion. Those are the kind of facts and figures we need from these governors. But you see a politician going to the podium and saying that I'm fit to become president. Any sane Kenyan can actually say, I want to become president. But when the rubber meets the road, we need to see a matrix. If Raila Odinga looked at his NASA circles, he'll be spoiled for choice on the people he can look at. Number one, you've got Musalia Mudavadi. Musalia Mudavadi is a very strong candidate for 2022, and in my view, is the kind of candidate that Raila Odinga can work with and groom him and give him support. Then he takes over. Then you have Kalonzo Musyoka. Kalonzo Musyoka has got a very good track record. Is somebody that he can look at. I mean, he may want to look at many other candidates. There is Wetangula. So really, Raila would be lost for choice. But in my view, that's a decision that he needs to take on his own. For us, the only thing we can do is to offer our views and proposals and make our suggestions. But at the end of the day, the buck stops with him. Because you see, he's a Kenyan with a very stellar record, and we cannot purport to be giving him any solid advice on what he needs to do for 2022. But looking at somebody like Musalia Mudavadi, in my view, Musalia Mudavadi is the person that is needed at this moment because of the economic situation where we are in. It can take the nation to the next level. Working with President Kenyatta, because now they've got a handshake going, ensure that we sanitize the electoral process in Kenya. Ensure that we've got very solid institutions to preside over the elections, so that when IBC declares somebody a winner, we know for a fact the individual has won. You know, we need an IBC which has got predictable systems for unpredictable outcomes. Right now, what he's obtaining is we've got an IBC which flies all over. It's rudderless. And the only thing predictable about IBC is the person they are going to declare the winner. The systems are unpredictable, but the outcome is predictable. That's not how an electoral body works. Ensure that we have got national cohesion and national unity. That when you are a Kenyan, when you look at the cabinet, when you look at senior appointments in the public sector, you can actually see the face of Kenya. We shouldn't be having people from various communities holding all the top positions in public.